If you guys ever known any vampires, then, well, this is your lucky day. Today I'm talking about the most ridiculous story I've ever heard. Meet Sam the Vampire. She is an influencer on TikTok and claims to be a vampire. How? Does she have any proof? She tells you the story, how she was the last victim of Jack the Ripper. To be honest, this sounds like the plot of a Vampire Diary. Not gonna lie. She speaks of a plot that sounds like a plot for a horror movie or a romance movie, and to me, she's like falling in love with this vampire thing. So she claims she was bitten by a vampire who is probably Count Dracula or some Nosferatu bullshit. And I say to that, is this the Twilight Zone? She's putting on this makeup to act like she's a vampire, and she puts on this like blood drop thing. I think she's just trying to do it for all the attention, or she's developing a story and believes she's this character in this fantasy about this vampire that she was bitten by, and probably starts a full-on romance. She claims she was born in 1866. If she was born in 1866, then that means she would have been wrinkly and an old and a boomer. Well, I don't want to say a boomer or anything because that sounds so despicable to say that. But she claims that if you think I'm not a vampire, what are you doing with your life? Which, I'm living my life to the fullest. She's out here wasting her years claiming she's a vampire, when in reality, probably behind the camera, she isn't. I guarantee you that she isn't a vampire. And besides, vampires are not real. They're fiction. She doesn't know the word fiction. There's a word called fiction, okay? Yeah, hello, is that brain in there? Hello, I want to put fiction in your brain, or you don't even have any brain, and you just think, look at that. Does that look like fangs? Those don't look like fangs. Look like regular teeth to me. Now, I know I'm probably going to be butchering the shit out of this girl, but to me, I say, huh? Look, I get it, okay? You're living in this world, but whatever floats your boat, I don't care. But still, I would say you're not a vampire. You don't even look like a vampire. You don't even sound like a vampire. You don't even have proof that you're a vampire. You think you were on the Titanic, yet you definitely weren't. And your name is Sam, so I don't think there was anyone on the Titanic that says Sam. So obviously you're probably living a double life, or you're probably just trying to do this for the attention and content that you're trying to do. And to me, I say, that has got to be the most bullshit thing I've ever heard. Because vampires didn't exist. Only in movies. They were made for fiction. That's why this guy wrote about Dracula. In Greek mythology, yeah, there probably is, but still. You're not a vampire. You don't sound like a vampire. You're just trying to think this is some Vampire Diary or Twilight Zone thing. Anyways, that's about it. See ya.